now, I guess.
Okay, great.
Okay, here is the first match of the final two players from the Prosperity Mix tournament, Qsenoch and Sicomatic. And I guess they are ready to start. Looks like they've got a board picked out. So
Um,
so the situation is Qsenoch won the losers bracket. So if Sicomatic wins their first match of 5 games, then he would just win. Otherwise, they would play another match. And I'm not sure how much they would play today.
so yeah, this first board, it looked to me like Tomb is pretty important here.
We're just reading the card names, right?
Yeah, it's awkward to look
Yeah.
at the board like that. But,
Let's see. Well, Hireling is the only draw unless you start drawing with City, which you probably will, because something like Pixies will run out.
Yeah. Scepter is kind of nice with Hireling. Of course, you do kind of lose it for the rest of the game, but getting the draw is definitely nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Mick,
so Horn is here. So it could
yeah,
be.
Horn does look fairly strong. Without tons of draw, I don't think the kind of classic Horn mega turn is maybe in full effect, but it still definitely looks like a very important card.
Yeah, I think my instinct is that it is possible to get to score quite a lot from Horn. It could even be the kind of board where, because you can get very thin,
Mm-hmm.
and you can, and with say 3 hirelings, you can get an 8 card. You can get 8 and a million forums and stuff. You can get your 8 stop cards or something that you want, in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you can play a lot of horns. I think that with at least one pile in Pixie going down, probably, um, it could be the kind of thing where even like piling duchies with horns or something is a way to win. I don't know.
Yeah,
hard,
that
hard to
makes
predict from the
sense.
beginning, but that's all we can do until they start.
Yeah. As for an opening, I think Pixie Gladiator, Pixie Silver. Um, I guess the only.
Yeah, getting to Forge is nice.
Well,
So like whatever you think gives you the best path to that. Oh, I just noticed Conquest is on there. That's another way to try to score a lot of points, but probably not good. Um,
yeah, I mean, unless you have like a lot of spices, I mean, or if cities become active, it seems kind of hard to score a lot from that. Guess you
so
could do something like Conquest and then like next turn forge the 2 silvers into a hireling, but I don't know how good that would be.
not just buy a hireling. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, you're sort of like getting
Yeah, I
2
mean,
points and whatever. Yeah.
the points. You probably
Oh,
don't
we're
care about the
ready.
points at the same stage of the game that you care about the hireling. So, yeah, I don't know what they're waiting for. Um, oh, I think Mick is trying to set up his recording.
Okay.
Okay.
this
okay, so
board.
they
Yeah, I do think Gladiator is helpful in getting to Forge. And I'm not really sure. I mean, yeah, to me, I would open Gladiator. It's not something I open all the time. Gladiator Pixie seems fine. Gladiator Ducat even seems okay because the coin tokens help you get up to 7.
yeah, I could see that.
I mean, it's like it's not like you're gonna
Next,
open. I mean, you can open Gladiator Silver and maybe you get 7 on the first shuffle, but it's pretty unlikely.
that seems really sad if you don't hit 7, though.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, so I would
Cyrus
think
says
about.
he doesn't really care that much about Forge.
Yeah, that's true. Goat's pretty good. We had that whole Goat.
Yeah.
That match with Goat and Cathedral where.
Yeah.
Where Goat was almost as good as Cathedral in some of those games.
At the same time, though, like, I do feel like I want Forge with Tomb on the board, because, like, even if you just, like, mill a Spices, for example, like, that does seem a lot more attractive on this kind of board.
I'm not sure.
Also,
like, I guess you have to understand, you have to figure out how big and how long it takes to get your big horn turn thing, and if that can like outscore anything that someone has put together, like getting more points with Tomb. Like maybe Tomb points just don't matter. Maybe you're just gonna empty the provinces.
I mean, the thing is, like, as long as horns are contested,
yeah. But
like,
I mean, I guess
think,
it's like
8 provinces.
It's like if you get 6 provinces, right? That's sort of the standard thing you get. Even if you get 5 horns, you can have a 6 province turn. And like, is that gonna be enough to beat whatever somebody else has managed to do by trashing more cards? Because I mean, both players are gonna trash a lot of cards.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the horns points maybe don't matter, or the Tomb points maybe don't matter.
Yeah, horns
a ton, but
horns get Tomb points too at the end. That's true.
Yeah. Yeah, and I definitely do believe in the horns.
Yeah, so maybe Pixie opening. So what did they actually do?
Mick did Pixie Gladiator.
Sicomatic did.
Yeah, Sicomatic did the same.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. Although a Ducat opening also doesn't. Ducat is like opening a cantrip since you replace a copper with it. In terms of like not hurting getting to Goat. But yeah, I can be convinced that you don't need the Forge. Maybe you. I'm not saying you like definitely never get one.
Oh, this is a pretty sad hand for Mick.
Yeah, I guess it was expected after the last hand, but
yeah. But yeah, I mean, getting 2 hirelings early is pretty nice if that's kind of what you're relying on for draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think this hand is all that bad. Sicomatic doesn't have any hirelings yet, so Mick's at least ahead on that metric. Yeah, and Pixies are already quite low, so cities are going to become attractive very soon.
Mm-hmm. Forums are already attractive, though. But yeah, I think the most attractive thing is hirelings and scepters if you can put them together with your hirelings. They cost less. Fortune could mean you don't do nearly as much horn stuff, is what Xeric says. That could be true.
And yeah, yeah, I can see that. Spices.
He decides just to trash and buy a pixie, I'm guessing, or a ducat. Yeah, I like the ducat. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah, that seems reasonable. Though, yeah, I mean, this next turn for Mick, he's going to have a whole bunch of draw that he can't really do anything with.
Well, that's okay. He's going to get a fortune.
Yeah. I guess maybe if Mick was planning on doing that, it would have made more sense not to take the Rivers gift.
Did he take a river?
Yeah, he took. Wait, did he?
No.
Yeah, he took Rivers last turn.
He trashed a pixie.
Yeah. Okay. So, yes.
Another horn here.
Yeah.
Nakabiskia asks if fortune is better than horn. I guess it depends on how you build.
I think you do both. So, I mean, I think I definitely want to be playing with both of them. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
So, I guess what Steph is saying is that he actually doesn't want to play with horns now and would rather just do something with spices and fortune.
I think it's just that the first fortune is better than a horn.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
In other words, yeah, just that you want a fortune and it is good, and then you probably want horns too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Xerix was definitely right about the unimportance of forge and getting thin. And in terms
they've already gotten quite thin.
In terms of the tomb stuff or whatever, it's like a super expensive monument or something.
Yeah.
At this point. Which is
okay.
To say, I don't think I'm buying one. All right, there go the cities. Getting lost.
So it does seem like Mick is ahead here.
Yeah, he's already at easily 8 distinct cards for Horn of Plenty. If he'd like to start adding some of those.
Yeah, and between the two hirelings and the wisps, his draw is in a lot better shape. I have no idea what Apostle is trying to say with peasant and gladiator.
It's like a weird joke.
Yeah, I know. Whatever. Okay, so Mick has 3 buys here.
And he uses the coffer, trashes a copper. Then that's 3, 4, so 10.
So then he would.
So he'll have 12, I think, if he uses the coffer. Otherwise,
that sounds right. Yeah.
10. So City Horn, maybe, or just does he have enough draw to play both horns if he just trashes a copper and buys 2 horns?
Well, he drew everything with one of the wisps drawing this turn. So if he gets 2 horns, he would need
So maybe City
both
Horn.
wisps to draw. Yeah, City Horn makes sense.
Oh, I miscounted. Did he not trash?
Trash by City Horn.
Oh, he's not trashing
Maybe
a
he's
copper.
thinking about Ducat.
I don't get
Okay.
that.
Oh yeah. This is just better. Yeah.
I don't really understand why he wouldn't just trash a copper out with goat if all he was going to do was buy a city and a horn. Like, why do you need another Ducat?
Oh yeah, he did decline to trash.
With goat?
Well, I mean that's just saying that Ducat is better than nothing.
I don't think I agree with that at this point. Unless he thinks he's got some
I guess he wants the 4th buy. Well, I mean, the 4th buy is nice because he's going to have a ton of money next turn because he doesn't have to pay off the debt.
Yeah, I guess he's at 4 provinces. Without the trashing, if he can draw all of that, which he can, I think.
Yeah,
so I think he would be able to take 4 provinces.
Too.
Can Sicomatic? Well, that would. Oh, Sicomatic doesn't have a fortune. Okay, so I think he may be seeing that he has a like a win over 2 turns here, because Sicomatic may not be able to take 4 provinces over 2 turns here.
Yeah.
How many cards?
In any case,
that? 1, 2,
I do
3, 4, 5. So Sicomatic just taking more horns, but only has hireling, pixie, gladiator, spices, goat, copper, horn. So is that 7 right now? Okay, with city that is 8.
Yeah.
He didn't play the city, right? So I think city makes 8. So I think right now he has. How many horns does he now have? He has 2 in play. He just gained.
Yeah, 3 horns.
3 horns. So he's at. Okay. So if he picks up. I'm not sure. Yeah, this is pretty close. 9 is rather sad. Okay, so gets another horn. So he has a dud-ish hand here. Could be really sad. Is it 5 provinces? I counted 4. Let's see. So his money is going to be at 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 22. So it looks like.
Yeah, I'm counting 22 as well if you don't count trash with goat.
Yeah, which means. Which means he would be in trouble if Sicomatic drew, actually. I
think I might just want to continue building as Mick here.
He has to at this point.
Yeah, I mean, taking a bunch of provinces doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So, yeah, I think I just want some horns and some cities, basically.
Yeah. Adding, like, Well, actually, if he doesn't spend any coffers this turn while he builds, then next turn he'll be able to buy 3 provinces on top of whatever he does with the horns. Um,
Yeah.
in
You could also
fact,
consider
he
like a
would only need to
spices.
save 1 coffer to be able to hit triple province next turn. That's with no copper trashing. Um,
Hmm.
but he does trash a copper. I think it's wise. There is a, I mean, like Sicomatic is looking at if his top card is a horn, like an incredibly sad dud, and if the pixie doesn't help, and that's like your worst fear on this board. Um,
Yeah.
so trashing the
Um,
copper, I think, is wise.
yeah. So I think I think Psycho's at like 6 games. Um,
Yeah, I mean, if
uh,
he draws through, he's gonna probably win. He's gonna get too many provinces.
um, I don't. Hmm. I don't know about that. I
Because
mean,
he has
how many provinces can he realistically get? Like 5? Uh,
uh
yeah. I mean,
okay,
Mick
yeah.
can definitely beat 5
Yeah,
provinces,
it's true.
right?
He's pretty good on duchy gains and tomb points
Hmm.
stuff that can happen to.
I do think spices here are nice for Mick, because they work well with fortune.
Yeah, it is the time of the game where spices is quite economical.
Um,
Sycomatic took
so, I mean, I
forest.
could totally see something like 2 spices and 3 cities for Mick. Um,
Yeah, I don't. I mean, did he draw exactly this turn?
um, he drew exactly with one of the wisps drawing.
So he just went for horns. I think that's fine, and certainly hope that he finds a city with one of his hirelings. So Sycomatic does have this
Okay,
really horrible dud. So that's probably. I mean, unless Mick
yeah,
has a. I
that's
mean, Mick could dud too.
yeah.
Okay, gotta play that.
Um,
Gotta play that goat, and then probably the piles are a bit low. You probably start taking a bunch of forums. Take some. Maybe you take some more horn.
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you're playing for a dud,
Um,
probably.
without the fortune, yeah. I mean, without the fortune, spices don't look all that great. So I don't know. I don't even know what you do here. Um,
You're hoping for Mick to have a big dud. Otherwise, he can probably. Well, having some sort of point lead is probably good because I think Mick definitely has the gains to just 3 pile on horns and cities.
yeah, so I guess at worst, you just take a bunch of forums,
That would be like a safe thing.
but
I would take at least one um, duchy. I think. So
Dutch and trash one of the horns.
maybe. I mean,
That mm, that doesn't seem good to me.
doesn't seem good to Xerx either. Well, I would need to count. So how many horns does Mick have?
um, not really
He
sure.
gained 3, so he has 4. Um, okay. In that case, there is no need to trash a horn to get a duchy, but I would think about buying an estate, maybe? I don't know.
I don't think you need to score.
I mean, right now Mick has
like
Mick has the ability, if he draws, to get all the cities, all the horns, and a duchy, which would.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to think about not
honestly,
losing
like
to that. Like I just don't
if
want to lose
Mick
to that.
draws, I mean, he can probably just do 8 provinces
true.
even, right?
He didn't
He can
save any
buy
coffers.
3.
I don't. Can he buy 3? I think he can only buy 2 provinces. Yeah, 6 provinces is correct. That's good enough. That probably is good enough because you still have enough money to double province the next turn too.
Mm.
Yep. Well, this just makes the 3 pile even easier.
Yeah, I think you have to do it. Like, I think you have to do.
He's thinking about the
okay.
same.
I like taking the horn. I don't like the duchy.
I mean, I was focused on this 3 pile, and the duchy seemed like a sad thing that we was forced to do. But I think it's true that that doesn't the duchy doesn't save you against a good turn from Mick, and it doesn't help you if Mick duds, particularly.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would have done basically that, but
and if you're lowering,
over duchy.
If he lowers horns and cities, then then Mick can just use his leftover horns for green and pass him in points anyway. If he was doing that pile out, so. Oh, so Mick had the dud too. The dud happened.
He did, yeah. Okay, what do you do here now as Mick?
So your horns are at. Does he? No, yeah, he didn't find. Whew. This is just brutal.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
1, 2.
What do you even do as Mick? You can empty horns and cities and lose. Yeah, I think everything is just losing for Mick now. Huh.
So in those 9 cards, he has 2 wisps, 1, 2, 3 cities,
2 duchies, 2 spices, and cry. That seems about as good as anything, yeah.
I don't know that there's any point to just. I mean, it's just so easy for Sicomatic to pile out.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty over. Yeah, what do? You just empty horns and cities.
That should be incredibly easy.
That seems pretty easy. You should take this, right? I mean, it's the last turn.
Of course you take it, yes. No question.
Yeah.
That, like, seals the deal.
Okay, well.
So you get those 4 horns, that's, like, enough.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Cool.
Well, player 2 steals game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, was that?
Was what?
Uh, oh no, Mick didn't. Yeah, okay, yeah, Mick didn't lower any of those piles last turn.
Mm-hmm.
I thought
He's got to play for some
I think I
sort of.
was like,
I mean, there was maybe it was going to be really hard for him to like have a partial dud, considering he saw all those stop cards the previous turn. Hard to impossible, I should say, but
right.
I guess.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Psychomatic takes the first game.
As second player, yeah, that definitely, considering he only has to win one match, that definitely puts Mick on the ropes already.
Yeah.
But Mick has been very strong this tournament. I would say.
Yeah. Okay, so what's this next board? This looks kind of ugly. I mean, the only village is sacrifice.
Yeah.
There's lucky coin.
Well, so you probably don't play with Marauder because then your opponent has villages for sacrifice. I don't know. Maybe that's stupid.
Right.
It could be sort of like
definitely skip Marauder.
It could be like I mean, whatever. Forum with Forge, Forum is pretty good. As sort of like, I feel like you do probably use sacrifice as a village a little bit. That village effect is good enough here. I think that it will come up at least a couple of times.
I don't think I would unless my opponent was playing Marauder. I mean, like, the only extra gains are terminal, right? So.
Well, what terminal are you playing with? An artisan? A wine merchant?
Artisan or forge?
Well, you have a forge. I think you open sacrifice, you get a forge. At some point, you might sacrifice the forge. Or I don't know, maybe that's stupid. The forge will maybe score you a lot of points. The training forum is pretty good. Training patrician is all right.
Yeah, I definitely like training. Yeah, I mean, I guess this is other than forum. This is kind of like one of those boards where like actions plus gains are basically capped at 1. Again, at least ignoring the forums.
Yeah, I mean, you got pilgrimage, which is possibly okay. Well, you've got forge lucky coin. Yeah, I mean, I kind of like this forum money thing with forge to clean out some junk, and then you can forge forum silver into province, which you're gonna have a lot of forums and a lot of silvers from lucky coin. That's kind of a simple stupid thing, which probably involves training forums also.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
They've gone heavy on the patricians, which I think is pretty good considering it's the only real draw on the board besides like sacrifice council room engine, which is not sustainable.
Yeah.
So patricians are a good card here for sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's also just like, what else are you buying? Sub 5.
Yeah, but I mean, there's definitely, it's something that like the first time I heard it, I was like, wait, what? But like, you know, I will hear people say like, oh, you really need all the patricians here. It's the only draw, and like, sometimes that's real. Sometimes, patrician is like sometimes just like a really underwhelming card, and then like sometimes it's like, oh wow, this is kind of like a central card to this board because it's how you actually get more cards in your hand.
Right. Yeah, I've definitely lost games from neglecting that.
So what did the patrician split end up at? I don't know if anyone knows.
So Sicomatic actually takes the Humble Castle.
I really frequently am the one who buys the Humble Castle, and I almost always regret it. I will say. I mean, it's too tempting for some reason. You just think, oh, I think castles are going to be good here. What's the problem? I'm just adding a copper basically to my deck. Is that bad? And the answer is usually yes. Yes, it's that bad.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's not like this board is
I'm not really sure.
Crazy strong or something. I mean, it.
Yeah, I mean, your decks aren't going to be that good anyway, so it's probably fine.
Forge coming here, do we think?
I would certainly want Forge, yeah.
It's not consistent with having Humble Castle in your deck, thinking that you would buy a Forge now. He just buys a province, so that that sort of explains his mindset.
Yeah.
Steph says he wouldn't get a Forge. Province seems inconsistent with Humble. Well, it's consistent with greening. Province is consistent with Lucky Coin, right? Lucky Coin and Province, a match made in heaven. I mean, get silvers, hit 8. A single council room is terminal. I thought about it a little bit. If you've got sacrifice in your deck, then like occasionally you'll sacrifice things. Yeah, you already have terminals. Yeah, it's kind of one of those single terminal boards where you have more than one terminal in your deck, I think.
Right.
Like Wine Merchant could be something you have in your deck at some point, though you're not going to take one before the forums are gone. Probably. I don't know.
Yuck.
Yeah, Sicomatic does get a council room. Wow, look at that. That's a nice draw.
Yeah.
Gets to do...
Okay, yeah, so Sicomatic is just going pretty hard for greening.
Mm-hmm. I mean, with a bunch of trained forums in your deck and Lucky Coin, it's not... And like a pretty difficult board to build on. It's not crazy. But, yeah, I mean, you definitely can build stuff. Mick goes for the Forge.
Yeah, I don't think what Sicomatic is doing is crazy, but I do think I like at least building it.
He manages to collide the small with the crumbling immediately in this.
Yeah, that is a nice draw for Psycho. Mick has 6 forums? Really?
He also has at least 3 patricians.
Yeah, Mick does have... Wow, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I just assumed it wasn't that one-sided considering they both trained it, but damn.
Yeah. Yeah, that surprised me too. Yeah, I do think I probably prefer Mick, but...
I definitely... Okay, he finds the Forge. So, yeah, I definitely prefer Mick right now with all of that.
Yeah.
The Forge is okay. It's fine, I think.
I mean, what are we even doing with this Forge, though? Like...
I don't know, kill all those treasures into golds. or
I
into
mean,
what?
that
Into a
seems
gold?
fine, yeah.
Just
Discard Artisan Silver, forge all into Haunted. I mean, I guess you could take a Haunted.
yeah, I guess haunted is better than gold. But then what do you buy? And then buy a forum? Yeah. That's better. That's better.
Yeah.
Discard silver.
Um,
Then you could forge the artisan
Wait,
and everything
why?
else into a province, but I don't think you want a province yet.
Wait, Artisan and what into Province?
I don't know. Probably.
Nothing costs 2.
Oh, that's right. Silver doesn't cost 2. Um, oh yeah, that's why. Yeah. Um, I think I'd probably buy a pilgrimage over Emporium. Is
Yeah,
that
it
weird?
seems reasonable. I mean, well, okay, what are your pilgrimage targets though? Like
In
Forum, Emporium, and
gold, because you're gonna
I don't
forge
know
into
that
this haunted.
I really want multiple golds though.
I don't know. Maybe not.
Like, I mean, I guess if you're playing with Wine Merchant eventually,
Yeah.
it could be good.
Just more. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, I see. Mick never took a sacrifice. Yeah, the board sure is awkward. All right, there goes the haunted, which is frankly fine for Sicomatic. Like he wasn't. I mean, I guess he would have been excited to buy a forum or something with that. But he just takes the opulent castle here. Emporium over forum. I mean, I don't think Sicomatic is buying the Emporia. So you can just get those later, and right now forums are better for your deck. In terms of the VP, I don't think Sicomatic is taking any of that. Although I guess he could try to just take some to deny.
Yeah. I mean, Forum is basically strictly better for your deck. Tiles are looking low. Yeah, I mean, I guess Castle, if Castles run. I mean, I guess you could start hitting 10 pretty soon for Forum Emporium. Looks like Mick is thinking about maybe Estate and Haunted, and maybe some coppers into Province. Also do like Silver and Estate into a 5.
I certainly like having a bunch of chances to forge. Like he can forge Artisan Estate into Province, can forge Silver 5 into Province multiple times before the game is over.
I don't think I really get keeping Artisan over keeping Haunted.
I think he wants to forge the Artisan.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's looking like, but...
And I think he wants to keep every single victory point that he can, probably.
I mean, I guess I can see the argument for that with all the forums. Okay, what's this?
So he discarded the Artisan. He just probably, I guess he just wants to clean up a little bit more. How much does Lucky Coin cost? 4 or
4, yeah. So I guess you could do the 2 estates, Lucky Coin, and 2 coppers into province.
yeah, and then you can still. He takes the sprawling.
A sprawling castle.
And a forum province.
I guess he's going for.
Oh, maybe he's going to take the grand.
Granny?
Does he want to deny? No, the grand seems.
Why?
He does do it. Okay,
What?
well, I mean, I guess he's reading that Sicomatic doesn't have pile pressure, which is correct, of course. Though Sicomatic gets the king's castle here.
I really don't get grand over province. Like.
I mean, it's just denying points. Because, like, I don't know.
I think I would have preferred to trash another copper and then take province. Yeah, and also revealing king.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, in any case, though, Mick still has a much better deck, though the point deficit could definitely matter.
Well, yeah. I mean, if there wasn't that point deficit, the game would be over in favor of Mick. So,
but yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, if Mick doubles here, well,
it's going to be a while before Sicomatic can have a chance to double. Maybe he never has a chance to double.
Yeah, I mean, to Wandering Winter's comment, I mean, he has double in hand right now.
But I would play another forum and.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely like he should definitely play one. I'm just saying that he definitely can double.
Patrician draws.
I guess at some point you could turn a sprawling castle into a province. Though that's probably less valuable than other things you can be doing with Forge.
Mm-hmm. So here's nice to probably get a chance to do the foraging, the artisan.
Oh yeah, he does have the estate in hand. So yeah, forge, artisan, estate, and some coppers into province. Buy forum province.
At this point, you might buy Emporium province just to be snatching up those points while you can. I'm not sure.
I feel like that seems hard.
Oh no, you can't buy Emporium province. You can't buy Emporium province. Sorry.
So, okay.
Because Emporium doesn't give you a buy.
Yeah, I definitely want to play Forge this turn.
Certainly.
Truffle says don't take the forum. Because I don't think Sicomatic is gonna like buy out the Emporia one by one.
I think if that happens, Mick wins, but because he buys enough provinces to take the lead by the time that happens.
Right, because if Psycho's buying Emporia, that means he's not buying province.
Does anybody know what Mick's last card is?
Take the Emporia 2x2. I mean, yeah, if he when he sees the artisan, yeah, but that's only once a shuffle, and shuffles are a long time for Psycho. So.
And Mrs. Province.
Yeah, this seems pretty over to me.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you even do here as Psycho?
Duchy. Gold, maybe gold. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
It doesn't.
yeah, everything seems pretty losing. So yeah, I mean, if Mick doubles here again, then it's looking pretty over.
I mean, he should be able to double without a lot of fanfare.
Yeah, it doesn't seem difficult at all. I mean, just form silver.
Just do Emporium
by
Silver.
province.
I would try to do Emporium Silver.
Yeah, that would be better.
Yeah,
yeah I mean, I would just stop here even.
Mm-hmm. I guess he. Yeah, you can try to like spend some more and see if you can like top deck a forum, but probably not. Yeah, it's just.
I mean, his discard pile's pretty big.
Yeah, he's just gonna double.
Right
Here.
Yeah.
Gets to trash a copper too, so that's pretty sweet. Oh, he is gonna spin.
Okay. Hard to see what this is accomplishing, but it's probably fine.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to top deck a forum. That's what I was saying, basically, for the next turn.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense. If you have a form, maybe you don't really care if there's also a lot of junk in the hand. So, yeah. Okay, yeah. Oh. Yeah, this looks pretty much resignable now. So,
Yep.
yeah, Mick can just keep sprawling around and then forge it to a province. And hitting 8 should be pretty easy, so yeah.
I mean, when you have 8 trained forums, yeah, it's pretty easy to hit 8.
Yeah. Yeah, 9 forms is pretty good. Well,
he even trashes gold and patrician.
maximizing score, yeah.
Well, one of them played like it was messy. Dominion.forum strategy. All right, 1-1. Hey, I could write the score down on my video.
Ooh.
That no one will watch, because if I were anyone else, I would just watch the video of one of these great players commenting. Though sometimes it can be nice to watch the video that has spec chat.
True. Okay, so another
or where you can see both hands. Yeah, that's nice.
We have Plaza and Wild Hunt, which of course seems nice.
Yeah, nice, nice pixie board. So here's one where I think maybe so we've. Is this the third Forge board we've seen?
Yeah, I think they all have had Forge.
Yeah, I think Forge is again maybe not so big.
Yeah, I don't think Forge matters a whole lot. maybe Monument Pixie as the open. I don't know. I guess you could also try a Forager. Yeah, it probably is not a venture stack. Um,
I'm pretty down on. Well, Forager's okay, I guess. Plazas do seem very important. I would. I wanna hit counterfeit. I'm not sure how much I care about Forager.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of my reasoning behind opening Monument would be to hit counterfeit.
I don't really. I think I like silver over Monument. I don't want Monument taking up a terminal slot later on.
I can see that.
But I don't know.
Um,
Plaza
I guess
Pixie.
the
I
thing
don't
is,
think
like,
opening Plaza is stupid. If you draw it on turn 3, it can even help you. Hit 5.
Yeah, I mean, Plaza doesn't seem crazy, but
Okay, Sicomatic does do the Monument.
oh,
They both did.
interesting.
They both did. Monument Forager and Sicomatic will get. I mean, I'd even think about Monument Silver.
That doesn't seem crazy. I think I would prefer Pixie over Silver, but
Have faith in the goat.
we'll see what Psycho does.
It's a Pixie.
Okay, so Psycho does go for the opening I was recommending.
Okay, no 5 for Mick, but he gets a nice.
Yeah, Mick fails to hit
Pixie
5,
pair.
which is pretty sad. Psycho is going to hit 5, which is nice.
Yeah, hashtag don't buy Forager when you want to hit 5. That's an agree. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
okay, not really
so
that
really
bad.
Nice turn for Mick.
It's not really that bad. So trash a copper here, yeah.
No. I mean, you're just buying counterfeit either way, but
I guess you could think about not buying counterfeit and start hitting the wild hunts and Plaza thing. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think he just wants to have as many of these engine pieces as possible.
And I guess it makes sense given that.
I mean, you've got a goat and a forager, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he's. I mean, I think he probably would have taken a counterfeit on turn 3 or 4, and given that he missed it, and he's getting all these goat trashes in, whatever. Like, take another wild hunt here, take another Plaza on the next turn.
Or.
Oh, now he takes the counterfeit.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, counterfeit is like really your only long-term source of plus buy, so.
That's
it's like something you definitely want eventually.
Incoming Fields gift, really? 1 out of 8. You could find. You could also find.
Been seen.
It has.
Yeah, Fields was seen on Sicomatic's turn 4.
He could get lucky and draw the card. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's fine. Like, it's just trash a copper and draw and buy something. Buy a Plaza. Or just
are we drawing over playing Monument?
I don't know. He'd probably like to draw the counterfeit.
Yeah. Steph says draw. I suppose you have a pretty sad.
I mean, turn. I would even think about just trashing the Monument and then draw. Like, what this the Monument, what is the Monument doing for you right now? It's just a sad. I don't like having a Monument in my deck. I would trash it right now.
Sky? He takes
he's taking the Sky.
What? That doesn't make sense to
So
me.
he doesn't hit 4 here, but he can get another pixie.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, so now he's got 3, 4. So definitely another Plaza.
Yeah, Plaza Pixie makes sense.
I guess it could be Wild Hunt Pixie.
They both have 2 plazas, right?
No, I think Mick only has 1.
Oh, yeah, then Mick should definitely take another plaza.
Yeah, you can't lose the. In fact, come to think of it, I would consider trashing 1 less copper and buying 2 plazas here.
That seems completely reasonable. Sicomatic can take 2 plazas even.
And should. So that
Yeah,
puts him at,
Sicomatic's up to what, 5?
yeah, that is a probable plaza split victory.
Yeah. I mean, it isn't impossible for Mick to take 3 of them here. But definitely putting the pressure on.
Have we seen Earth Gift? Well, we don't see a pixie, so never mind.
Doesn't
Is
matter.
this enough? Maybe if you forge the goo? Well, okay, if you counterfeit
12.
the gold, you could counterfeit the gold and then you'd probably get it, right?
Yeah. Okay. 5, 8. I think I'm counting 12 without.
Okay, that's what Steph says too. Yeah. I'm not counting anything. I'm just sort of eyeballing it.
Yeah, it looks like Forager, Trash. Wait, this is. Yeah, this is exactly 12. Discarding the goat doesn't matter.
There was, yeah, I mean, it seems like there was no point to discarding, but. Okay.
Yeah.
See if
Okay.
Sicomatic gets a chance to take this. Wild Hunt points.
Buy copper.
Did someone suggest buying copper? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah, that doesn't seem good. I feel like I only ever do that when I have like tons of overdraw already.
It's tactical sometimes.
Which I don't.
It's not like a sustainable thing that you're doing, but it's just like maybe for my next turn, I kind of need 1 or 2 more coppers in my deck for whatever reason. Usually because something is, like you have a money lender that you couldn't get rid of, and you or something. I don't know. Trying to just make the most of your next turn.
Yeah, I feel like most of the times that I've done it, I felt like it was basically just because I made a mistake of over trashing earlier.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's because you want to feed your puka or something. But
yeah.
Anyway, yeah, with forager stuff, yeah. I mean, I mean, with Forager, it's like, oh, I need
Wild
something to
Hunt.
trash with Forager, and I need the Forager for the buy, but you.
Or yeah, Wild Hunt Gold makes sense. Guess you could even think about Marauder for Sicomatic. I mean, it gives you more econ than the gold because you can counterfeit the spoils, which is nice, and it forces Mick to keep his goat around to trash the ruins.
That's a nice thought. Downside being it's a terminal that's not another Wild Hunt.
Sure. Okay, just 2 Wild Hunts. Wow. I feel like I would have wanted more payload there for sure. But
He's thinking about taking
yeah,
his
I mean,
estates.
and this is really sad for Mick. I mean, yeah, I guess you just buy another Wild Hunt.
I mean, I mean, he just didn't get a chance to try. Yeah, I guess it's not so good, but things could be worse. Who has 3 Wild Hunts?
Psycho.
So, yeah, Mick, he took some points. It's okay. He's a little bit behind because he just is. He's behind on Wild Hunts.
Okay.
That was certainly a clean turn.
Yeah.
Now I do want a gold pretty badly. I guess maybe Marauder, you're right. I mean, maybe now's the time for the Marauder.
Yeah, the Wisps have been working out pretty well for Sicomatic. Yeah, I mean, if you take the Marauder here, you're basically committing to playing only 4 Wild Hunts. Which, yeah, it looks like Sicomatic doesn't want to do. I guess, though, without the Forager, without the Forager, you don't really have enough buys to really make much use out of the counterfeit spoils interaction.
So do you take a 1-point estate this turn? It's like
I think I just don't.
It's so sad. It just don't play the other Wild Hunt. I think I just like handing a victory point over to your opponent, but
Yeah, I think I agree with just not playing the second one. Then guess he has enough money to. I mean, he could draw it and trash it, but then that means he's not trashing. Oh wait. Uh, Goat and Forager. Yeah, he could have done that.
Yeah, I'm not surprised he took the points. It's like every point sort of matters, and you have plenty of draw. It's not like the estate is so bad.
Yeah, I mean, you'll just trash it with Forager next turn, so it's probably fine.
Yeah, think about buying something to trash, like copper there, actually, considering
Yeah, I
draw.
think I probably would have bought the copper there.
Yeah, considering how close he looks to a dud here, though, maybe that was a bad thought.
I mean, with five, I mean, he has like 5 plazas and 4 wild hunts, so a dud seems really unlikely.
Yeah. Yeah, those cards remaining in deck are almost all plazas and wild hunts.
Yeah.
Plaza wild, like a bunch of plazas, wild hunts, and then a goat and an estate. So he's looking at almost all his stop cards already.
Okay, so you plaza, take the points, draw. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. You get the last 2 wild hunts. Well, you don't have the terminals. Yeah, you do have the terminal space for them because you're gonna stop playing Monument.
Are you? I mean, you could, but if you do that, that means. Oh. Yeah, I do think. Oh, yeah. 2 wild hunts would just leave a really easy estate a pile out, so.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that. I didn't even think about like Province Wild Hunt, which definitely would destroy any ideas of Mick piling out. Like the thing is, like if you trash Monument and like try to play with 6 wild hunts, then like you're not going to be able to draw the estate to trash it, which is kind of bad. Province Pixie. I think.
Ooh, it's a big board for Mountain Pass. I forgot about that. I think it's really scary. I think you can't bid more than you can pay in a turn. Like you have whatever you bid, you have to be prepared to pay it off. Pay it off the next turn.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I don't think I would bid all that high here.
Sicomatic has a bunch of coffers going to this turn, meaning that he can pay off quite a bit in one turn.
Yeah, 11 or 12 sounds about right to me.
I tend to, if I'm the person who has to bid first, I tend to decide how much I think it's worth and then bid one more in the hopes that, they'll just believe that it's worth that much and take it for a little bit. Take one more bid. Maybe I shouldn't reveal that secret.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely been in situations where, like...
It's sort of a bluffing thing. Yeah, but now you don't know if I'm doing that or not.
Situations where I feel like my opponent is unlikely to value it as highly as I do, or vice versa. I mean, especially on boards like I remember like one groundskeeper board where I just felt like the points didn't matter at all. And honestly, as far as like how much I thought it was worth, I would have probably bid like two or three or something.
It's really
But
fun. I remember, man, over a year ago there was some big match. Uh, I want to say it might have been a league championship between Marcus and Rabbit or something where it was correct to bid 40 and it happened and it was like a race against the clock. Like if he could end the game, whatever, but he was going to end the game, without paying off the debt. But it was like going to take several turns to do it. It was kind of funny. Maybe somebody remembers that. Because that would be funny to watch the video again.
Yeah,
actually.
I mean, it's just especially those situations where it's like the points just don't matter. Like it's like on ladder that if you bid like 7 or something, the person's going to take the debt. So it just feels hard to justify bidding like 2 or something. Okay, so it looks like Psycho took 12. Okay. Yeah, that seems completely reasonable.
I think I think Sicomatic is in a pretty good position here.
Yeah.
Good day for player 2 so far. Try to find some treasures to discard. Here we go.
Yeah. Okay, well.
Oh, he killed the goat.
Yeah, he did, yeah. I think Mick really needs some more money.
Well, yeah.
I don't think Mick can safely take another wild hunt.
He needs Sicomatic to have a dud at some point, is what he needs. And that point needs to be like now, which of course isn't happening.
Yeah. I think like Oven Silver. I was thinking about like Gold Pixie, but yeah, I mean Mix seems like pretty sad regardless. One's Gift has not been seen. So yeah, Pixie could give you silvers. A Gold Pixie Copper is probably what I'm leaning towards. Don't know.
Tough spot.
Yeah, mixed position doesn't really look very good no matter how you slice it, but second coffers. Or second counterfeit. Maybe he's thinking about like threatening a pile out.
You kind of need a point lead for that.
Yeah. I mean, if he's trying to empty like Wild Hunt's estates and get like one province, but certainly doesn't look like something he can do next turn.
Hmm. Those wisps are really doing some good work.
Yeah, they were definitely really nice for Sicomatic.
When did those happen? How early was that?
Looks like turn 6 for Sicomatic.
Yeah. Could have been a difference in this game, like getting a little bit ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely seemed like they helped. I mean,
I guess probably the bigger difference was hitting 5, which of course Forager doesn't help you
yeah.
do.
I mean, the thing with the Wisps is like they kind of seem like they wouldn't matter that much at this stage of the game, but Sicomatic has been able to use them to
No, they definitely matter because of
later on.
they definitely matter because of
Yeah,
Plaza.
I mean because they
because you can
yeah,
use them for
exactly.
your
They
Plaza
basically
overdraw. Yeah.
right. You get more clawfers because of that. So it's good. Um, uh,
You're
okay,
never out of debt.
so yeah, I mean, I think just ending the turn here seems pretty reasonable for Psycho.
Yeah,
I mean, I suppose buying a copper is fine.
So like a long time ago when I wasn't very good at Dominion, not that I am any good now, but I asked a question on Discord of like just in general, when is it good to spend coffers to pay off debt? And nobody, there were some people that maybe I just wasn't able to process it, and some people may have said the right thing, but the right thing is basically that unless you're playing with black market where you need to not be in debt going into your next turn, you like never spend coffers to pay off debt. And the basic it took me a while to realize that, but it's because the reason being that you might have extra money to pay off the debt the next turn, like all other things being equal. I mean, towards the end of the game, who knows? But
yeah, exactly.
Anyway, he cuts off the wild hunt points.
Yeah, I mean, keeping the coffers around just gives you more flexibility if you think about it. So, but yeah, I mean, denying estates there does seem pretty good. I mean, Mick needs like I don't know, like 2 provinces, and even then, Psycho still has the point lead, and he's just going to buy 2 wild hunts next turn, and it's over.
Yeah,
I don't think I'd resign as Mick here because a dud is possible, even though seeing Psycho's hand.
Yeah, but I don't think a dud even. I don't think one dud saves him. One dud and you're in very good shape.
Well, I mean, with 2 counterfeits, it seems like if Mick could double here and then next turn get like province double wild hunt or something. I mean, with
can Mick take a point lead here? Because I guess facing the like total dud like hand of like all wild hunts in a province or whatever, like
yeah, I mean, I think if Psycho had a literal do nothing turn, I think Mick could win, but yeah, and I think Mick could only take a point lead by like trashing both of the golds and just like murdering his deck. So
it's I muted myself. Oh, I guess I didn't mute myself. I'm not recording the video. Okay, so how much money does he have?
I mean, 12 if you're not. I think I would just take the 12 and then spend 4 coffers for double province.
But then that's just 2 wild hunts and you're out. Like, is there a way to give yourself 2 chances for Sicomatic to dud by taking a point lead here?
I mean, I think the only way you take a point lead is by like triple provincing, which you can only do if you kill your golds, and then at that point, like your deck just doesn't do anything.
I mean, it does enough to buy 2 wild hunts if Sicomatic has a complete dud.
Yeah. I can see that. I don't know. I mean, everything seems pretty losing here for Mick. So another monument.
I mean, you just said it. Everything seems
kind of
losing.
Bizarre. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's particularly worse than anything else, but whatever. So yeah, Sicomatic just buys 2 wild hunts and wins. I don't think there's anything to really think about here. You just, yeah, just draw, and then it's over. Yeah, okay. So that puts Sicomatic up 2-1. Just needs to win one of these next 2 games to take the tournament.
That's right.
Yeah, and that
second
that
player is undefeated today.
Yep.
Ooh, we got a lot of draw. Mountain Pass again.
Yeah. Oh.
Hey.
Okay.
Look at that, another board where Alchemist looks bad.
I mean, Alchemist may be nice with City Quarter, but I haven't really read all of the cards. Okay. Ooh, King's Court. Okay, yeah, this looks like a pretty crazy board.
Well, there's not really any good payload to King's Court. I guess like a Villa and Peddler are like what you're hoping to King's Court after King's Court draw. So probably Horn is the best payload, and King's Court is actually underwhelming.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, King's Court's probably good for draw, like to help you draw, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you have King Hunting Grounds is definitely a factor. Yeah, I agree that Alchemist seems reasonable. I mean, starting your hand with a bunch of actions seems nice with City Quarter.
Yeah.
So.
I guess. I just think with Villa and Council Room and Hunting Grounds, that's just better draw. I don't know.
Could see that. I mean, it opens with the potion. I mean, the alternative to potion silver is double silver, which looks like that's what Sicomatic is going for.
It gets to buy a hunting ground here. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
It's a bad potion, but
yeah,
you get the hunting grounds. I don't know.
It is very likely that Mick is going to seed 2 potion next turn.
Hey, look on the bright side. His potion sad. Could just miss. I guess if the potion misses, I might get a council room instead of a hunting grounds. Is that weird? Just for the buy, you might. I don't know. What are you hoping to buy with Alchemist? Everything's fucking expensive here. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Border Village council room seems reasonable. He does go for the hunting grounds, though.
Yeah, there's the sad potion.
Naked Villa. Wow, Sicomatic just buys the villa. I mean, the alternative is, yeah, the alternative is like another silver, which also seems sad.
Yeah, just take a bath. Don't get paid for it.
I mean, just buying villas like that is usually pretty bad, but I mean, it seems defensible there. I'd probably take hunting grounds here. I don't know.
Yeah, the extra. The thing about council room is that having lots of buys and getting lots of peddlers is pretty good.
Yeah. Although, of course, like if you're kinging it, then I'd much rather be kinging a hunting grounds. Like giving your opponent 3 draws seems pretty bad. Mixa has had some pretty sad draws.
Okay, but he does manage to collide his villa that he just bought all alone with his hunting grounds for a pretty good turn here. Although, like,
yeah, this looks pretty nice. Alchemist and nothing. I don't know. Do we really want another silver? Like, probably not.
Yeah, buy the silver to tempt Sicomatic to take an estate.
I really don't think I care about those aqueduct points anytime soon.
So, not that this is something I was like cognizant of when I was criticizing Alchemist before, but another problem with it is you really need a ton of money to actually buy Alchemist and something else, which, like, when all you can do, even like later in the game, is like, I mean, okay, so he's buying a villa and an Alchemist, but you know, you'd really like to be able to buy an Alchemist and something better than a villa.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it works out. Overall, I think I do like the Alchemist because of the consistency.
Maybe when he plays this last council room, he draws an action card that is called Hunting Grounds for Mick.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that the consistency is really hard to get on these no trashing boards.
Mm-hmm.
An Alchemist could definitely do that for you.
Yeah, I can see it in the game. You know, you get to build until you can do the horn thing. So,
looks like Sicomatic is maybe thinking about some sort of gain in play. Does he have any more draw in there? I don't think so, right?
Yeah, he's wondering if he should buy something else first.
Yeah, which there's really no point in doing if you're not going to be able to draw into it.
So I guess he was just trying to make sure he wasn't crazy. But look at this. He gets to buy. I mean, you buy more draw, and you buy a few peddlers.
Yeah, I mean you're definitely taking some peddlers with 5 buys.
Is it
Um,
too soon to get a horn? Maybe you get Border Village, Council Room horn, or Hunting Grounds horn.
yeah, those both sound reasonable. Um,
I'm not. I King's Court is really underwhelming, but I mean, it's not like the
yeah, I don't like King's Court either. Uh,
the
Steph
main thing.
says
I
he
mean,
likes
like
King's Court.
if I had one more dollar, a King's Court and a 5 would have felt good, but that's not true. I mean, there's just a lot of boards where King's Court isn't that great. Like you have to, like, okay, it's pretty good draw here, but like, you
No,
know,
actually, I can kind of see. I can kind of see the King's Court now.
I mean, what? But at the end of your turn, your
Because
King's courting Villa for extra
well, I mean,
money.
the thing is, like, if you
Peddlers, yeah.
king a council room, like, you have like
A
you have
lot
a
of cards.
lot of draw, and like then you can just buy.
Yeah,
You
it's
can just
fine. It's
buy
just
hunting
more
grounds
draw.
mid-turn.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
It's just more draw on a board that already has a lot of draw and like a little bit more payload if sometimes you king a peddler or king a villa.
or I guess the argument against it though is that like you do have to collide it with your draw. So I don't know. Although kinging a peddler too is kind of nice, given that you're kind of shoving a lot of those into your deck. Yeah. Okay. So I think this will be Horn and Villa. Could even take some peddlers mid-turn. Uh,
He's buying a council room over.
what?
I would have thought a horn instead of that council room. Oh, does he have a
Me
win?
too.
He has a win here. Is that what they're saying? No.
Well, okay. This is pretty sad, but I mean, I still think Psycho is ahead.
He top decked a council room, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if he had a horn instead of that council room, yeah, it would have triggered a dud next turn.
No, I wasn't.
So given that he wasn't confident he would overdraw, yeah, it makes sense.
I would just get a hunting grounds horn here.
Yeah, I think both seem kind of reasonable. I don't know how close Mick is to being able to pile out. Like, I was even thinking about Province, but maybe that's probably kind of paranoid.
I mean, an estate is like also a pretty big chunk of points, but
yeah, maybe he's thinking about the estate. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Should be
a win for me.
I'm assuming he means for Psycho. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because you just play Villa and then king the council room, and yeah, it seems that seems extremely winning. I mean, yeah, you just draw everything. You get a bunch of buys. You empty peddlers, villas, and estates. Mick,
No, I don't think so.
26.
I don't think there's anything close to that.
Yeah. Yeah, 26 does seem like it isn't happening. Yeah, I think Mick really needs the province here because triggering that mountain
weird.
pass definitely seems like the thing you do to prevent Psycho from winning next turn.
Undoing King Hunting
Yeah, this
Grounds?
looks like a... Yeah, Mick's just undoing the ending actions thing, which seems completely reasonable. I mean, I guess technically you could argue that the hunting grounds doesn't give you any information if you're drawing your whole deck,
but he wasn't undoing that anyway.
Yeah. So he's gonna gain and play a hunting grounds. What?
So no scoring. That's probably...
Did he have 8? Yeah, I mean, I guess you kind of need to play for the dud, but I would have wanted a province.
I mean, actually, you knew there was no dud. There was a King's Court and a council room down there.
Yeah. I mean, of course, I don't know how well Mick is tracking Psycho's deck, but yeah, I mean, if he got the province, Psycho can probably still win. But yeah, I mean, I don't. I guess Psycho is just counting his buys.
Just king the council room anyway, otherwise you could dud.
Right. Yeah, I don't think there's any question about doing that.
Play the peddler first, maybe you find your other King's Court, but...
Yeah, that seems reasonable too. I mean, I guess the question is just, can he get to 23? But with all this overdraw, you can even do stuff like gain and play coppers. So it's 21 is for villas and estates. Am I doing? Oh yeah, it's 23. Yeah. So, It's not king the council room.
That is okay. Well,
that seems questionable.
He's really playing with fire.
Yeah. Yeah, that definitely seems questionable to me, but this still seems winning.
Yeah, I mean, but why be at the
yeah.
mercy of your shuffle when you could just...
Yeah, I mean, King and Council Room definitely did seem a lot more kind of guaranteed, but maybe he thought he wouldn't have enough buys if he.
So he like gave himself a chance to dud, and he gave himself fewer buys.
Yeah, this is really bizarre, but I mean, in any case, he has the win, so like pretty easily. In fact, so yeah, that's 30. uh, and well,
The slowest pile up. Okay, well, congratulations to
yeah.
Sicomatic.
Yeah, they're talking about the resign there, and yeah, they kept this little under 2 hours, so
yeah, it was fine.
a lot shorter than it could have been.
Yep. Okay, so I can update this.
Cool.
All right, Sicomatic wins. Thanks for watching. I'll end my recording.